So dear student, in this video we are going to learn chapter number 9, that is disaster management. So see first what is disaster. So variously dangerous events that occur many times in the environment, these are known as disaster. So all the dangerous events, either they are natural or they are man-made, these dangerous events or calamities are known as disaster. So how to manage the problems which are created due to the any kind of the disaster we have seen in this chapter. So next is, so first point is so there are different types of the disaster. For example, the natural disaster or man-made disaster. So uh, natural disaster includes the earthquake, landslides, volcano, tsunami. Okay, these are included into the natural disaster. Or man-made disaster included the forest fire, certain accidents, either road accident or marine accidents. So all these disasters are created due to the man-made activities. So first is the what is earthquake. So sudden variation on the earth and shaking of the earth's surface is known as the earthquake. So earthquake causes the seismic waves leading to the movement of the earth's surface like the tremors, shaking, or it goes up and down. Okay. So as you have seen in this diagram or picture, that earth is shaking, due to which the all the components which are present on the earth's surface, like this one, lights, road lights, and the homes, cars, they are also shaking and goes up and down. So these shocks and waves are formed in the interior surface of the earth, and which are spread on the surface in all over the direction. So every day earthquakes are noticed at the some or the other places on the earth, and according to the observation of National Earthquake Information Center, every year nearly 12,400 to 14,000 earthquakes are occurred on the earth. So every day 12 to 14,000 earthquakes can be observed on the earth's surface. So the machine or the instrument which records the earthquakes are known as seismograph or seismometer. So there are two types of the seismometer: vertical seismograph or seismometer, or horizontal seismometer. Okay, and this seismometer measures the intensity in the Richter scale, and this is one of the mathematical measuring units. Now see the causes of the earthquake and effect of an earthquake. So there are various causes of the earthquake, like volcanic eruptions, stress on the big dams on the earth, mining, underground atomic tests, and water percolates through the cracks of the earth, and due to which the tremendous heat and the water converts into the steam, and this steam formed tries to come out from the earth's surface, which causing the earthquake. Now see what are the effects of the earthquake. So loss of the human being, loss of the life, loss of the properties, and economic loss at the large scale, ecosystem destruction due to the loss of the biodiversity, direction of the flow of rivers, streams changes, and possibility of the fire in the cities increases, right? If there is earthquake at the bottom of the ocean, it may create the tsunami also. So tsunami occurs due to the earthquake happens under the ocean, which leads to the tsunami, and thereby large scale destruction of the coastal region, and the level of water table changes. Level of water table changes meaning the level of the waters which is present in the ocean, rivers, these are also changes. Now next is a precaution that should be taken during the earthquake. So see, first, you don't have to panic, and the either you drop down below the benches or table, cover your head and hold it, and find the way to out from the homes or building, and keep distance from the buildings, right? Find the way to go out from the building, and then keep maintain the distance from the large this road lights and the buildings and large trees, and go to assembly points where the peoples are present in the large number. So in case of the earthquake, you should avoid using the lift in the buildings, uh, and instead of the lift, use the staircase, and do not sit in the discomfort for the long. Do some physical movement also. And after the earthquake there is a possibility of the fire. So hence, to avoid it carefully, switch off the main electric supply, and do not use the candles, lanterns and matchbox. Instead of this, you should have to use torch or battery. So next topic is earthquake resistant or earthquake proof buildings. So the construction which do not get damaged, or the building which do not get damaged due to the earth movement up to a certain limits, they are known as the earthquake resistant building. So to construct the tall buildings, Indian Standard Institute has made some code of conduct. So buildings are constructed as per IS 456, and earthquake resistant constructions are performed as per IS 1893. So this is the criteria for earthquake resistant design of structure. Okay, so to get prior intimation about the earthquake, modern equipments like the laser ranging very long baseline, crypt meter, strain meter, tight gauge, tilt meter, volumetric strain gauge, etc. These are used. So see, this is a earthquake proof building. So at the base, foundation sunk into the bedrock avoiding the clay. Means this building, base of this building is constructed very underground. So in these buildings, automatic window shutters are present, so to prevent the falling glasses, and steel frames are also present which can sway during the earth movements. Computer controlled weights which are present on the roof of the building to reduce the movements. Outer panel flexibility sorry Outer panels are flexibly attached to the steel structure, and roads to provide the quick access of the emergency. So these are the some components of the earthquake resistant building. Now next is a fire. So fire is included under the natural calamity also, or it is due to the man-made disaster? Because naturally, when dry leaves or dry branches of the trees are rubs with each other, they create the some kind of the fire, due to which leads to the fire, forest fire. And also man-made activities like, if someone goes on camping in the forest, if they burn the woods for making food materials or for cooking or for other activities, and they leave as it is, then accidentally it can cause the forest fire. So see types of the fire. So first is a class A fire, solid substances. Commonly flammable materials are their fuel source. For example, wood, clothes, coal, papers. This fire can be put out with the water. Now next is a class B fire, liquid substances. Fire which are caused due to the flammable liquid substances like petrol, oil, diesel, solvents, cooking oil, paints, etc. So all these substances are lighter than the water, therefore fire extinguishing can be used to extinguish the fire. Okay, the fire which are caused due to the solid substances like the wood material, plastic, clothes, papers, these fire can be stopped by using the water. But the fire which are caused due to the liquids like petrol, diesel, etc., so these liquids are lighter than the water, so therefore water does not use to stop this fire. Instead of the water, fire extinguishers are used. Now third one is a class C fire, gaseous substances. So fires which are caused due to the acetylene, household gas, for example the liquid petroleum gas, LPG. Class D fire, chemical substances. So fire which are caused due to the combustion metals like the potassium, sodium and calcium, which reacts with the water at the normal temperature. Magnesium, aluminium and the zinc react with the water at very high temperature. So when both these groups combine with the water, it explodes. Okay, now fifth one is the class E fire, which is a electrical. So a fire which is caused due to the electrical component in the class E fire. To extinguish such fire, power is cut off and non-conductive fire extinguishers like carbon dioxide used. Now see method of fire extinctions. So there are three main methods to stop the spread of the fire or to control the fire. First one is the cool out, which used to water. To extinguish fire, water is most common and effective solution which is easily available everywhere. So if you spray the water on the fire or around the fire, it creates cooling effect which helps to reduce the and control the fire. Now second one is to suppress the fire. To control the fire which is caused due to the electricity or oil, sand or soil can be used. Okay, so fire which is caused due to the electricity, oil, sand or soil, they are used. If we spread a froth like substances on the fire, it cuts off the contact between the air and the fire. So this method is more useful to extinguish the fire spread due to the oil. Now third method is to keep away flammable substances. So in this method, all flammable substances are kept away from the fire. Any wooden articles or flammable substances must be kept away so that no source is left for the fire to spread more. Stir up the pump is the best device to put off small fires, so it sprays water in all the direction around the fire. Now see what are the precautions and the safety measures in case of the fire. So first one is to develop the habit of the switching off the gas regulator first. So this is the first way of to reduce the fire accidents. So we should have to switch off our gas regulators every day by default before sleeping. So to make others alert and call them for the help, shout loudly. Call fire brigade also, provide information how to use the fire extinguisher. And first aid also provide. So let the patient sit, sleep in a comfort position and call the doctor immediately. Now next is a natural disaster which includes landslide or rift collapsing. So what is a landslide? It is the movement of the earth or the rock or the debris down the slope section of this land. So see in the picture, there is a one mountain, and through the mountain the large debris of the rocks and the earth are sloping down, which blocks the road. Okay, so this is a landslide. Now see causes of the landslide. No. First, see that the natural cracks or the fissures which are present in the hard rocks causes their breaking, especially at the time of the heavy rains. Okay, so water means natural cracks which are present in the mountains or the earth. So water during the heavy rain, water entering into these cracks, which causes the weathering of these rocks. So weight is also increases, and these rocks slide on the slopey region and settle at the lower side. So this is known as a landslide or rift collapsing. Now next is the causes of the landslide. So after effect of the natural disaster like the earthquake, tsunami, heavy rainstorms, floods cause the landslide. Unlimited cutting of the tree. This is the major problem of all the disaster. Unlimited cutting of the tree, this is a major problem. Means for flooding, landslide, earthquake, every disaster or the strength of the disaster can be reduced by the planting. And while building roads in the mountains, there is a lot of the digging that makes the mountain weak. Now see the effect of the landslide. Loss of life. This is the one of the most important and biggest effect. Rivers get flooded and change their path. Displacement of the waterfall, formation of the artificial water reservoirs. So there is a life and financial loss on the large scales. Landslide affects the traffic also and blocks the road. Landslide destroys the plant life on it, and damage roadways and the railways. They broke the water lines, pipeline and other underground utility lines. Now see the disaster relief planning. So in every state, everywhere, every city, in every country, we have to plan the disaster, how to managing the effect of the disaster, any disaster before it's happening. So every country or every city should have a plan. So if the plan is prepared, it will help any disaster relief in a school. Okay, school. So for the preparation of the disaster management in the school, the some points have to be remembered. First is the primary information of the school. So you have to make the list of the name of the schools, name and the residential address of the headmasters with the contact number, name and contact number of the school management members, and total number of the staffs. Now school disaster management committee, fire extinguishers, awareness, instruction, traffic management, safety. Okay, so these are controlled by the some people, so some members of the school. Now next is the detailed information about the school building. So how total number of the rooms which are available in the school, total number of the classroom, and type of the roof which are present in the class, whether it is a wooden, cement, sheets, age of the buildings, how aged the building is, and building year. Now next one is the information about the school ground. So which type of the ground is present in the school. So type of the playground, prayer space, kho, kabaddi and other grounds etc. And distance of the ground from the main road. Daily routine of the school, time of starting of the school, school breaks and leaving the school. And daily activities taking place in the school. Possible hazards in the school, name and type, normal, medium and acute of the danger means Which type of the hazards are present in the school, whether they are normal hazardous substances, medium or acute. Acute means very dangerous. Non-destruction in the past and current planning. So ever in the past any destruction was happened in the school? If yes, so what are planned sorry what plans were prepared for this management of the destruction? Now next one is the disaster management map of the school. So the map must have following content, which this map has to be stick everywhere or every floor in front of the staircase in the school. So all the buildings of the school, how many buildings of the are present in the school, their structure has to be shown in the map, their grounds which are present in the school, position of the ground, entrance place of the probable danger in the school, safe places at the time of the disaster, nearest road. This map must be at the entrance of the school, and all students must be given detailed knowledge about it.